And we're back in studio and very pleased to be joined. A couple of special guests with us, Sue Cavanaugh and Dave Pringle from CROW, the Children's Resources on Wheels program. First off, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Sue, nice to see you.
Thank you for having us, Dave.
All right, and it's always a pleasure, Dave, to have you on as well.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Good to see you again.
And, of course, you got a bit of a program going on here with CROW that you're, of course, I think you could use some people is what you really need, right?
Yeah, we're here today mainly to talk about the licensed home childcare program, and we're trying to get childcare providers to hook up with CROW and boost that program up a bit.
Well, that's fantastic. And I think before we get into what we're talking about getting some providers and that, Sue, we've got you here, and maybe you could kind of tell us, for those who don't know, what CROW is.
What CROW is? Well, CROW is, I'll tell you what our mission statement is. We'll start with that.
Okay.
So it's a nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting and strengthening childcare, family life, child development, and community links in Lanark County. So we have an Ontario Early Years Centre, and we also have licensed home childcare. And we also support early literacy specialist and a data analysis coordinator in Lanark County.
Wow.
So we're all over the county.
You sure are.
Yeah.
You're covering a lot of things. And, Dave, this has come a long way from the days of the bus.
Yeah, it's been amazing to watch this program go. I had a bit of a hand in getting it started 27 years ago, Sue. Yeah.
Who's counting?
Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Once we get to 20, Dave, we just say 20 odd years ago.
We're getting old. It started off a little fancy, cute little bus up in Middleville, northern part of Lanark County. Toy lending program and doing play groups there, and it's growing since. It's a great program.
That's fantastic. And now you mentioned it's a licensed home care provider.
Yes, licensed home childcare.
Childcare.
Yes, and so it sounds like a bit of a misnomer, because licensed home childcare doesn't mean that the providers that are contracted with us are licensed. It's us. It's Children's Resources on Wheels, the agency that's licensed. So we have our license through the Ministry of Education.
Right.
And we have providers who contract their services with us. And then we match parents and children with the providers in their own communities.
Right, I see. Now, Sue, somebody is interested in doing this and getting involved. What is involved as far as, obviously they contact you, but there's obviously got to be some courses or something involved here, is it?
Well, the providers are self-employed, like all home childcare providers. There's licensed and unlicensed providers. And the providers, they need to meet licensing standards, which involve, they need to have a fire inspection, they need to have first aid courses, they need to be screened for
criminal
reference check and family and children's services check as well. And we screen them when we meet with them to begin with.
Right.
Our home visitor, she meets with the providers, and they complete an application form, and then she would visit them in their homes to determine their suitability for the program.
Yeah. I see. So when you want to, say, get involved in this program, you want to be a provider, home care person, Dave, how do you go about matching someone who wants to do it with a family or whatever?
Again, that's where the home visitor comes in. Their staff at CROW that link parents up with the providers and introduce them, make sure it's a good fit. I think also, you're talking about a program like CROW runs. Parents can be assured that their kids are going to a high-quality program, and that the child care provider gets support and assistance from CROW, and the program or the setting is monitored on a regular basis.
Sure. So not only are you looking for child care providers to contact you to get involved in the program, you're probably also looking for families that are in need of this service.
Oh, for sure. We're trying to get the word out, and I'm even, you talk about getting old, from a grandparent's perspective, let alone parents. You want to make sure your children are going to a high quality program.
Sure.
And that they're safe and nutritious meals, good programming, those kinds of things.
Now, Sue, there's all kinds of people out there who have finished, whether it be a child care program at college or are veteran people who've done this for a long time, are looking to maybe take their career in a little bit of a different direction and are interested in CROW, the Children's Resources on Wheels. What are some of the benefits of being involved with your group?
Well, some of the benefits are that they do get support from the staff at CROW. Janice is our home visitor, and Sherry is our admin and accounting support person at CROW, and they're both really supportive of the providers out there. They would get help with menu planning and the activities that they might organize for their children in their care. We have equipment that the providers can borrow, such as strollers, playpens, gates, high chairs, baby monitors. And the providers are still independent, so they can choose the hours that they work and the days that they choose to work. And also that the ages of children that they choose to provide care for as well.
And that, mentioning that, the hours especially, that's important. It's we're not a 9-to-5 society anymore, and people are saying, well, I've got a couple hours, or I got 3 hours, or an afternoon, or a morning I can give to you, but that's all I've got. You'll be glad to take it, right?
Yes. We usually ask for a bit more of a commitment than that.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're really lucky that we have some providers that are willing to provide care for extended hours, because some families need care on the weekends or need evening care as well.
These days people are working all kinds of interesting shifts and
yes,
and schedules.
Exactly.
One other benefit, Dave, to being hooked up with CROW in this program is financial. Parents, if their income qualifies, can get some financial assistance for child care costs, and the providers themselves can get some subsidies or wage enhancements as well.
Sure. So this actually is you're looking for people that you'll actually pay position, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And we collect the fees, and that's a huge bonus for providers.
That's a nice thing. Yeah, what you're saying right there. Yeah.
So we reimburse the providers. They would bill us, and then they're reimbursed for the time that they've spent providing the care, and we collect the fees from the parents.
Oh, that's great. Now, you're looking for care providers basically right across the county, I would think. Smiths Falls, Perth, Carleton Place, Almonte, Lanark, and, of course, surrounding areas. Is there a difference between positions, whether it be in rural to urban, or is it basically the same thing right across the board?
It's pretty egalitarian. Yeah. It's pretty well the same. The fees are the same across the board. The needs are not the same across the board.
Right.
There'd be higher needs in the towns in the county than there are in the rural areas in the county. Okay. And often people who live in rural areas, they work in the towns, so you often use providers that are in the towns around.
Sure.
Yeah, but right now our greatest need for providers, Sue, is in Carleton Place, Perth, Almonte areas.
It's more North Lanark, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so somebody has heard this or interested in being involved, whether it's a child care provider or a family that's looking for a program like this, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, they can contact us by telephone, 613-283-0095, and they can reach Sherry at extension 301 or Janice at extension 306, or they can go to our website, CROW Lanark. No, it's crowlanark.com. Sorry, www.crowlanark.com.
All right.
And they also have a great Facebook page as well.
Yeah, so with the media today, there's no reason why you can't get a hold of you, right?
Yeah.
Sue, Dave, I want to thank you both very much for coming in today to talk about CROW and please keep us up to speed on what's going on. As far as you need more people, then we can get in and talk again more detail.
We will for sure. And folks keep listening. You guys are running some great ads on our behalf,
yes,
as well. So thank you very much.
We'll definitely get the word out there.
Thank you, Dave. And I just wanted to say a big thank you out to Dave Pringle. Dave's on contract with us to do marketing, and he's doing a fabulous job.
Well, he's a veteran guy.
That's kind. You're being kind.
So I'll leave it at that. But veteran guy doing a great job. Thank you so much, both of you, and all the best with the recruiting.